Hello YouTube, this is Magnitude Gaming here with our first episode of the history of Shonen Jump. This is going to be the first episode where it all begins. It's crazy to think how far we've come since Yu-Gi-Oh began. Now before we get started, I want to say that I will be covering all of the events to the best of my ability. I have coverage from these events, but pictures may be hard to come by. This video is for all the Yu-Gi-Oh players, whether you started playing in the early 2000s or within the last year. Even if you don't play competitively, I'm sure that you will enjoy learning about the early metagame and how powerful these cards became over time. Who knows? You might be amazed by how far the game has come. So, without further ado, let's get started. Now, our trip starts in 2004. Now, Yu-Gi-Oh had a competitive scene before, but it wasn't what it is now. No huge YCS events, no online tournaments. It was just locals for the most part. There was regionals, but it was a time where qualifying for nationals wasn't easy. Only top 4 would get their invites. So these nationals were much smaller. I'll do a video on 2004 Nationals on a later date. Anyways, the first Shonen Jump was a huge milestone for Yu-Gi-Oh! An event with better prizes like laptops, games, and a trip to Nationals that was all expenses paid for the winner. The first Shonen Jump began in 2004 on December 4th at Gen Con SoCal. The event was actually just one day, not like a 2-day event that we have now. 309 duelists entered to play 9 rounds of Swiss. There was a cut of top 8, and then they played out until a winner was decided. The event was played under 2004 ban list. Some of the cards that were banned at the time included Chaos Emperor Dragon, Sangan, Monster Reborn, United We Stand, Dark Hole, Raigeki, Mirror Force, and Imperial Order. Dark Magician of Chaos, Mystical Space Typhoon, Protector of the Sanctuary, and Torrential Tribute had all just become limited after having been unlimited from the previous ban list in August. Keep in mind that all the cards that were banned had just been forbidden in August. August 2004 was the first list where cards were banned. Before that, Konami had only limited or semi-limited cards. US Nationals that year had been played with basically the last ban lists that would have cards that weren't banned. Now, back to October 2004. Some of the cards that were limited included Reflect Bounder, Pot of Greed, Vampire Lord, and Magical Scientist. Last Torn, Manicore of Darkness, Marauding Captain, and Nobleman of Crossout were all semi-limited, so I just provided all that to give some idea of how different the game was compared to now. So what were some of the top decks? Warriors, Machines, Magical Scientist OTK, and Hybrids were some of the most popular decks. Water, Earth, Dragon, and Spellcaster decks were popular too. The first Shonen Jump went late into the night. Top 8 didn't start till 10 p.m. 6 out of 8 decks were hybrid decks, essentially meaning that they weren't really themed. They just had a mixture of different types of monsters and attributes. However, the top 8 did include one Earth deck that was piloted by Miguel Flores, who would finish second, and a Magical Scientist OTK deck. One of the most memorable matches of the tournament was in the quarterfinals between Henry Key and Gerard Ramirez. They had actually played each other in Swiss, where Ramirez had 2-0'd Key. In Game 1, Ramirez started off by playing Breaker the Magical Warrior and playing Swords of the Revealing Light. Key's turn came up, and he played Reasoning. He summoned Gilosaurus, activated Last Will, and traded for Catapult Turtle, and then summoned Magical Scientist. And that was it. That was the end of Game 1. When it was time to go to Game 2, Ramirez went first again. He started his turn by just setting 3 cards to his back row. He set a monster and ended. Key used Giant Trunade to clear the back row of Ramirez, then special summoned Gilosaurus. He used the Last Will to special summon Catapult Turtle, and then summon Magical Scientist. And that was it. The whole match lasted 4 turns, and Henry Key won both times on his first turn. He would end up losing to Miguel Flores in top 4. Miguel Flores would then go on to face John Umali. In the finals, Umali and Flores played each other. Umali would end up 2-0ing Miguel Flores after a back and forth finals. With that, John Umali was the winner of the first Shonen Jump. All players in the top 8 got some booster packs, Yu-Gi-Oh video games, playmats, and invites to nationals. In addition, 5th through 8th place received Nintendo 3DS systems, 3rd and 4th place were given the new slim Sony PlayStations at the time. Flores in 2nd place got the PlayStation and the 3DS, and Umali was loaded down with so many more prizes that he couldn't carry them all. He got a top-of-the-line gaming laptop from Dell, a very nice championship trophy that was the Millennium Puzzle in glass, a frame sheet of The Rise of Destiny, Ultimate Rares at the time, and last but not least, he got the first English language Cyberstein ever presented. Umali would forever be immortalized as the first winner of Shonen Jump series, and that would later be renamed the Yu-Gi-Oh! Championship series. Well, guys, that's the episode. I hope you enjoyed it and plan to watch the next episode on the history of the Shonen Jump series. Please subscribe to our channel and follow us on Twitter and Facebook. And that's the T from Magnitude.